What's up, CrossFit DC? This is Preston, coming at you again with another two-part Sunday boot camp workout. I can promise you from the outset that today's workout will involve 0 burpees. I understand a lot of you did the burpee hour challenge. Kudos to you. I did not. That looked terrible. All I can do to show my support and admiration for all of you who did it is to assign you 0 burpees today, Sunday. So the first piece will be a 15-minute EMOM. We'll cycle through 3 movements 5 times a piece. Those 3 movements are the goblet squat. So the goblet squat, we're going to start our shoulders back, elbows nice and high and outside, feet shoulder width apart. We'll send the hips back and the knees out over our toes. Send to full depth. And standing tall. We're going to continue squatting for 40 seconds. So max reps here, right? You want to continue squatting the whole time. I would encourage you not to put the dumbbell down. If you need to rest at the top, right? If you put that dumbbell down, it's going to be difficult to pick it up and then, continue squatting again. You want to be moving through the entirety of those 40 seconds. You're going to get 20 seconds of rest. The second movement is the hollow hold. So obviously our gymnastics positions that we emphasize often are the hollow and arch holds. We do a lot of hollow rocks. This is just going to be a hollow hold. So you don't have to worry about those really shallow rocks. Hollow hold, we want to emphasize reducing to 0 that space between your lower back and the floor. So we don't want to see any light underneath your lower back. So from the side, I'm just going to pull my rib cage down, my torso, my hips underneath. Right. Shoulders are off the floor, my toes are pointed, butt squeezed, belly tight, squeezing my quads. I'm going to stay here for 40 seconds. If you are not comfortable with the idea of holding that for 40 seconds, that's totally fine. You can break and then restart. You just want to accumulate 40 seconds of effort. So all this needs to be done within 40 seconds. So maybe you go 15 seconds, rest for 10, all right, and then go 15 more for a total of 40. After 40 seconds, everyone's finished. If you want to scale that movement, you can bring one leg in, all right? Again, you want to get those shoulders off the floor, right? You don't want to be here. So, next and finally is the Turkish get-up. Now, there are lots of videos on how to do Turkish get-ups on the internet. Here's another one, I guess. I would encourage you to watch a few times, either this one or you can choose CrossFit HQs or any other one that you can find online to make sure that you're familiar with this if it's not something that you've done many times already. So you're going to start off with the weight overhead. You want to keep your eyes on the weight. The same leg that is, the leg is on the same side of the dumbbell is going to be starting off as bent. Your opposite arm is going to be straight, held out to your side. First, I'm going to roll over onto my side. All right. Dumbbell's still overhead. I'm still looking at it. I'm up on my elbow. I'm pressing myself now into a seated position. I'm going to raise my hips. Bring that opposing leg underneath and into a lunging position. All right. Notice I'm not leaning back on that back leg. Have an elevated torso. I'm still looking at the dumbbell. I'm going to stand up from that lunge. Right, then I'm going to step back into the lunge to find my balance. I'm going to return my hand to the floor. I've got my hips nice and high so I can bring that opposing leg back through to seated. Then back onto my elbow. And all the way back into the starting position. And then lower. You'll then complete on the opposite side. So, in the minute, you'll do 1 Turkish get-up on each side. All right? So, if you don't have a dumbbell with which you're comfortable doing this, it's really good for just your body awareness, your balance, coordination, stability, to just go through these motions. Use your shoe. Use a can of soup. Use, your Xbox. Something that doesn't weigh as much as the heavy dumbbell that you have that you're not comfortable using otherwise, all right? It's more important that you're going through these movements, aware of the movements, than of the weight you're using to do them, particularly in the early stages, if that's not something you do often. So clearly, this isn't going to really take your breath away as a 15-minute EMOM. It's really just going to kind of fry up your midline and also your overhead positions. So when you finish that, you're going to have 5 to 7 minutes of recovery time before we dive into the actual Metcon. The Metcon today is going to entail 3 working rounds that are 3 minutes long, and they're going to be separated by 3 minutes of rest. So you've got equal parts, work, rest, 3 on, 3 off for 3 rounds. There are 2 movements, the dumbbell snatch and the push-up. The way it's going to work, you're going to start off each 3-minute block with 30 alternating dumbbell snatches. Everyone has to complete those. That's like your buy-in, okay? Once you've completed your 30 alternating dumbbell snatches, you will complete as many push-ups as possible in the remaining time, right? The dumbbell snatch, just going to start with the dumbbell on the floor. I like a nice horizontal grip as opposed to a vertical grip. It's going to allow me to actually pull my elbow high. So, keeping a nice big chest, shoulders back. Deadlift the dumbbell from the floor to about my knee. When I get above my knee, I'm going to jump, pull my elbow high and shrug, and pull myself underneath with a lockdown arm and stand tall. The rep's complete when I'm fully extended. All right, standing tall. I can bring the dumbbell back to the floor and then switch. Or if I'm going to switch in the air, I want to bring it back to my nose or below before switching. All right? So we'll go 30 and then switch to push-ups. For the push-up, I'll just start off saying this is the most commonly and easily cheated movement in CrossFit. No one's going to be watching but you and maybe somebody who's on a Zoom workout with you, if that's relevant to you. But try to keep a mind for the integrity of these reps. They're not doing you any good to do really quickly, to not lock out, to not achieve full depth. All right, let's try to get better at doing them the right way. Particularly when tired, you're going to be really smoked in the midline. Coming off these snatches, you're going to be out of breath. Those push-ups are going to be harder than you imagine them to be. So for the push-up, pull our shoulders down and back. Nice tight middle, like a hollow body position. Chest and hips touch the floor. And full extension at the top, elbows locked out. All right? So these are what the push-ups should look like. This is not all the way down, and this is not all the way up. We see a lot of this. That's not all the way locked out. Please fully extend before coming back down again. All right? So that's going to get really tough. Your final score in that workout will just be the number of push-ups you completed across the 3 rounds. Try to keep a steady count. What I mean by that is try not to allow your total number of push-ups to really deteriorate across rounds. If that means maybe you don't go out for the fastest 30 snatches possible in the first round, that's great. That's the point of a 3-rounder. Try to keep a stable count. Otherwise, I hope you all enjoy the workout. I tried to amend this to be something you could do inside. I'd originally, again, in a failing effort, tried to assign running. I don't think that's going to work out with tomorrow's weather. But enjoy this one. Hope you have a nice weekend and look forward to seeing you all next Saturday.